Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, hello everybody. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started on this new webinar and new training presented by mymobileultrasoundbusiness.com. I am your host for this training and presenter. My name is Cruz. I am a registered sonographer. I've operated on a mobile ultrasound business, and also I've been doing consulting for other mobile ultrasound business aspiring owners and other physicians and anybody really that wants to get into the mobile ultrasound business world. So the purpose of this webinar is to educate, entertain, and hopefully give you guys some actionable steps that you can walk away with at the end of this webinar. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first, I'm going to tell you guys what you're going to learn in this webinar. So this webinar is going to be broken into two parts. So there's going to be part one, and in part one, we're going to discuss the advantages of starting and operating your own mobile ultrasound business. We're going to discuss the most affordable and economical way to launch your mobile ultrasound business. Also, we're going to talk about how much you should be paying to lease an ultrasound machine. One of the questions that we get so many times, day in and day out, week in and week out, is why are compliant service agreements so important? Why must these agreements be written by certified Medicaid, Medicare, and certified federal healthcare attorneys? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to answer those questions. We're going to talk about how you guys can find your competition in your city and win their clients. Yep, it is possible to take clients away from your competition. So we'll discuss a little bit about that as well. And we're also going to talk about what your travel mobile ultrasound setup should consist of. And we have a few pictures in there to kind of show you what our personal setup looks like. And so we'll give you some examples of that. We're also going to talk about your earnings potentials that you could earn when starting your mobile ultrasound company, your mobile ultrasound business. And also we're going to show you guys examples of our past earnings just to show you that it's actually doable and it's achievable. So for part two, we're going to talk about some of the most common pitfalls that most new mobile ultrasound business owners make that cost time and money and how to avoid them. Guys, you don't want to be making costly mistakes, especially in the beginning. And that's why we designed this whole training program in addition to our mobile ultrasound consulting course, because we want to save you guys both time and money. Because let's face it, in the beginning, your time is everything. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how to get new physician and clinic clients on autopilot. We have certain formulas that we follow. We're going to discuss some things about that. Also, we're going to talk about how to make money from setting up a cash pay screening program without actually needing to have physician clients. So this is going to be very valuable and very important. We're going to discuss how to avoid paying over $2,500 plus for a PAC system. Also, we're going to teach you guys and talk a little bit about how to pay less in taxes while operating your mobile ultrasound business. And last but not least, we're going to discuss an insurance reimbursement case study. And this is actually a personal case study from an ultrasound exam that I had on my own. So I'm going to actually be sharing that behind the scenes, a claim that was submitted that involved ultrasound, and you're actually going to see how we can actually help save patients money. We can help provide the physicians with better services, and also we can just make it easier for the patient by having those services being provided inside their physician's office where they're already used to and already comfortable. So we're going to talk about that. And also at the end, we have some bonus mobile ultrasound business checklist and more documents and tools that we're going to give away for free as well with this webinar. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So first, let me introduce myself for those that don't know. My name is Cruz. I'm a registered sonographer. I graduated with honors with the associates in diagnostic medical sonography. Been scanning for about 8-9 years, give or take. My background as far as scanning and ultrasound is actually in general, abdomen, things like that, OBGYN, small parts, vascular, MSK. So I would say my favorite to scan is probably general and abdomen, just because it's usually more simple. And I would say my second is probably vascular. Vascular is my second favorite, and then third is MSK. So as far as my MSK training, I went out to California and received my MSK training and musculoskeletal ultrasound. And from there, I was able to use that training to get a lot of contract work, and we did a lot of work with chiropractors and physicians' offices as well, and surgery centers. Traveled a lot doing MSK and vascular, and as well as general. Also, I have a background in marketing, so I think my unique background in marketing, it allows me to help you guys on the client side and on the consultant side get more customers and just get results, right? So we also have a sister company that we do marketing for the people in the ultrasound consulting course that are interested. It's a separate rate unless there's a free package that's included when you purchase a consulting program. But it's very helpful, and we actually just helped one of our consultant clients grab two new clients by doing some of their outreach and some of their phone calls for them. And if you guys have any questions about any of our marketing services on our sister company, just let us know, and we'll be more than happy to share more information and explain details about that. Essentially, what we do with that, we pull lists for you through third-party data providers, and then we have our call-in agents at our call centers. They'll make calls to physician clinics and offices, and then whoever's interested will get that information and forward it over to you. Also, we do follow-ups as well. If they're not interested at the moment, we'll do follow-ups every few weeks or every week. And in addition to that, sometimes it's not that they're not interested, is that the office manager is busy and we can't get to them right away. So, I mean, there's just tons of things that go into the marketing portion, but we'll talk about that later. Also, I started out working in the hospitals before deciding to leave and go into the mobile world and the contract work world, just because I was simply like fed up and just tired of the hospital environment. I just didn't like it. I mean, the call was horrible. It was bad. So worked there for a while, decided it's not really for me. I don't like it. It's not the best experience. I'm out of here. So decided to do that and start working mobile and doing contract work, and started the mobile ultrasound business and went from there. So also I've worked at or contracted at University of Southern California, San Diego, USC San Diego, Baylor, Texas Health, all throughout Dallas, and many other facilities around the United States. And I've performed mobile ultrasound contract work with physicians and clinics in Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Kansas, and California. So as you can see, I've been a lot of places around the U.S. doing ultrasound work. And I'll just tell you guys, there's not a shortage of work. There's lots of work out here to be had, as long as you can provide value and you can present to the physicians how your services can help them and their patients. It's gonna be pretty easy to get clients. So the goal with this webinar is to help those that are interested in starting a mobile ultrasound business do so compliantly and affordably. So that's not only the goal of the webinar, but it's also the goal of our mobile ultrasound consulting program online at www.mymobileultrasoundbusiness.com. So we want to help people get started, but I preach all the time, compliant. It's so important that you are compliant when doing this. And also, we want to help you do it affordably. We understand that a lot of times when you're just starting out, funds are tight. So that's one of our major goals as well. Also, we want to help those same clients obtain their first client and account to service. So the purpose of this is that my marketing background is used to really help our consulting clients. So like I said, a lot of times when we're selling our consulting program, or we're selling and promoting enrollment, we'll do like 20 hours free of calling and marketing services. We'll do 40 hours sometimes, which is rare, but we'll do 80 hours. So, and we just want to do that to help our clients get that access to their first first physician client or first physician account to service. And so we found it really helpful, and we've been able to help a lot of our clients with our calling and outreach services so far. So let's move on. So you may be asking, who is this training for? Well, this training is for those interested in starting a mobile ultrasound business. But they're just confused. They don't know where to start. They don't know what to do. They're just kind of lost. They need a little guidance. This training is going to be very, very helpful. This training is also for those who already have a mobile ultrasound business and just want to learn a little more. Maybe want to learn some information about marketing and sales, confused about packs and how to move forward with packs. So you can get a few answers here. Also, this webinar is for those who may be interested in joining our consulting program but are unsure. We have a lot of people that reach out and express interest, but they're just like, well, I don't know, like, if the value is going to be there for me. How do I know it's going to actually work? So this training is kind of like a bridge way to our actual mobile ultrasound consulting program, where you have 24/7 online access, and you have access to over 40 forms and documents that pretty much helps you get everything set up. Everything is right there in one place. It's very affordable. So this training is for those who are kind of on the fence. So what is a mobile ultrasound business? So a mobile ultrasound business is a business that is mobile in nature, right? So with this business model, it allows us to take an ultrasound machine, which is our equipment, to the client and perform diagnostic ultrasounds on site at the physician's primary office or the physician's clinic. So it's really cool because we have a lot of flexibility as far as our territory and geography on where we can go. So we can service clients here locally that are like within a 5 to 10 mile radius, or we can branch out and we can decide to service clients within multiple states, multiple regions, multiple areas. We can set up multiple accounts here and there and everywhere. So you can really, really grow the business really rapidly if you